Sena lived on the farthest edge of a small town, where the roads ended in mist and the fields hummed softly with wind. Her house was the last one before the forest began, a small, crooked place painted the color of old parchment. Every morning she woke to the same rhythm, birds singing too early, the kettle whistling, and the distant sound of bells from the valley. Life there was quiet, too quiet for someone who felt as though something was missing, though she couldn't say what. It wasn't loneliness exactly. It was more like standing at the edge of a story that refused to begin. One afternoon, the wind changed. The scent of rain carried a strange sweetness she'd never known before, like fruit and memory mixed together. When she stepped outside, she saw a shimmer in the air as if the world had blinked. A narrow path stretched before her, one that hadn't existed a moment ago. It cut through the tall grass and curved toward a place she didn't recognize, a small house in the distance glowing faintly, though no light came from it. Curiosity tugged harder than fear. Sena followed. As she walked, the air around her began to shift. The warmth of summer gave way to a soft chill, and the grass under her feet turned golden, then pale, then bright green again, as if she was walking through every season in moments. When she reached the door, the scent of rain had turned into something richer, something ancient. The door creaked open before she could knock. Inside, the air shimmered, walls of soft color, green, orange, silver, breathed gently, alive with quiet movement. A clock on the table ticked backward, and on a chair near the window sat a man with silver hair and eyes like early morning fog. "I was wondering when you'd arrive," he said kindly. Sena blinked. "Do I know you?" He smiled faintly. "Not yet. But the house knows you." "The house?" He nodded. "This place stands where all seasons meet. Time doesn't move forward or back. It circles. Everything that was forgotten finds its way here." Sena turned slowly, feeling the air shift. A gust of snow brushed her cheek, then sunlight warmed her hands. Through the window, she saw impossible things. Trees growing blossoms and icicles at once, fields half covered in frost, half blooming in daisies. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "It's fragile," he corrected softly. "Every season must stay in balance. But something is changing. The boundaries are thinning." Before she could speak, the air trembled. The walls flickered. The silver became gray. The sound of the clock faltered. A cold wind surged through the door, carrying dry leaves and a low, aching sound like distant thunder. Sena's heart quickened. "What's happening?" "The house has fallen apart," he said, "because someone from your world stopped believing in time, in change, in endings." He looked at her, eyes filled with calm sadness. "That someone is you." Her breath caught. "Me?" "You live as if every day must stay the same," he said gently. "You fear change, so the seasons here freeze." Sena stared at the floor. "But I didn't mean to," he smiled. "No one ever does. But you can still mend it." He held out his hand, and a small orb of shifting color appeared. Blue for spring, gold for summer, crimson for autumn, silver for winter. "Touch it. Let it remember you." Sena hesitated, then reached out. The moment her fingers brushed the light, everything changed. The walls bloomed with life, vines of frost curling into flowers, clouds melting into dew. Time unraveled and rewove itself in brilliant motion. The clock ticked again, forward this time. She saw herself, not just standing there, but laughing under rain, growing older, kinder, stronger. When she opened her eyes, the house had gone still. The man was gone too, but his voice lingered in the quiet. Change is the only kind of forever. Sena stepped outside. The path behind her vanished, and the forest around her was glowing, not with magic, but with something gentler, balance. The next morning, the bells rang from the valley again. The kettle whistled. The birds sang. But it all sounded different now, alive, meaningful. Sena smiled as she poured her tea, sunlight spilling through the window. Somewhere, deep in the unseen corners of the world, the house between seasons stood strong once more, breathing, waiting, watching. And though she never found it again, she sometimes felt the air shift, a warm gust in winter, a cool breeze in summer, reminding her that time was never her enemy. It was simply another story waiting to be told.